Welcome all sports fans, everyone across the nation. This is Uneducated Sports Talk presents Tuesdays with TJ, our NFL podcast. We break down all the headlines, all the toughest, craziest storylines of the NFL on a week-by-week basis. All sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart. Stay uneducated. Let's go. Welcome all sports fans and everyone across the nation. Like I said, y'all, this is Uneducated Sports Talk presenting Tuesdays with TJ. We're breaking down all the NFL crazy news, headlines, and we have all the great storylines. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, with my co-host, the big homie TJ Tracy. What's ha- What's up, TJ? What is good, y'all? We have a great day for you guys, man. I'm excited to do this. We're excited, man. This is one of many collaborations that we're gonna have, y'all. Pretty much every Tuesday. I mean, the date is on the title, so every Tuesday we're going live, man. Tell them about yourself, TJ. I like that. I like that, man. You guys sit back and relax, man. You guys keep the chat rocking and rolling as well. We appreciate that. We got some folks in the building already. We got EJ. She said, "What up? What's up, EJ?" And Blind Larry are in the building. Give a shout out to you guys, man, and keep them coming, y'all. So thank y'all for the love and the support as always. This is the NFL show, NFL podcast. So you guys just sit back and relax, man. Enjoy it, man. Like I said, keep the chat going. TJ and myself and PJ, we were in the building, y'all. She said, "What's up, everyone? Thanks for the love and support, man. This is episode number 1, and we'll do this every single Tuesday. I'm excited to be having this along with my good friend TJ. So, man, TJ, we got NFL is back, bro. The NFL is back. How do you feel about it, man? Yeah, right. And and it's crazy because we actually had a spring that was full of football. We had the XFL and the USFL, and it still felt like the NFL took forever to get here. Right. I'm telling you, man. NFL is like no other. It's the king. It is the king of all sports, man. It's the king of sports. So I'm definitely excited about the NFL coming back, man. XFL was awesome. Just imagine like how it was before the XFL and the USFL were here. It felt kind of long for sure. So at least we got some football in between that. Right. Yeah, dark times for sure. Dark times for sure, man. And we got some folks still coming in here. I got generic ball man. Said what's up. We got Flame Legend and Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. You guys keep the chat going. It's a podcast simulation pretty much, so we're just going to be shooting the breeze. If someone really wants us to answer like die-hard questions, let us know, and we'll pick and choose what we'll pick and choose what we want to do to talk about. But at the same time, we're going to be pretty much talking about our, you know, we have a couple topics that we're going to talk about. If you guys really want your message out there, man, don't forget to hit that super chat or hit that super sticker button, you guys, and we'll answer every single super chat or super sticker. And of course, if there's any like dope questions, but at the end we'll probably get to the questions last for sure. So we'll get to the questions last, pretty much to answer everyone's question. So let's get it. And TJ, how's your mic doing? TJ, your mic is good. Yep. All right, hold on. Let me hear from my end. Hold on one second. I can hear you good. Let me hear from my phone. Make sure you're good before we start. All right, almost there. All right, hold on. Yeah, I think you are kind of low, TJ. I don't think no one can hear you because on my phone also wasn't letting me hear you.
Oh no.
Here we go. Maybe I think I clicked something maybe on my end, so I think I got it rock and rolling now. All right, I think we
Yes.
can hear TJ now. Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, hopefully everyone else can. Obviously,
I
I
think
can
we
hear
got it.
you and you can hear me.
Yes,
Hopefully everyone else
I think
can.
that was on my end. I think that was on my end. So I think we got you rock and rolling now. Hey, can I get a thumbs up from somebody if you can hear TJ? I think we got it rocking and rolling now. And I think we'll get that though because I think I just changed the desktop audio and now people can hear you. I believe because I see it rock and rolling.
There
Ah, it
you
says
go.
there you go.
There
All
you go.
right.
Hello, everybody.
So that was definitely my fault. All right, yeah, yeah. This is episode number 1, so we have a lot of bumps and bruises through it all. You guys just
Yeah.
stay close, and but we got TJ now, so everyone can hear him. I'm excited, y'all. All right,
Yeah.
woo! I was being selfish because I can hear you on my, so I
Okay.
was assuming that everyone else could. But yeah, I'm being very selfish. But then I turn the desktop audio up, man. So we're good. Thank you, generic ball, man. Thank y'all, blind Larry.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
It looks like
Uh,
the camera's still a bit frozen. It looks like I'm
oh man,
perfectly
look.
hiding my eyes.
Hey man, look. You got that beautiful voice, bro. So that's all that matters right now.
Oh, good, good.
All right, so I guess we get back into it, man.
Yes.
TJ, tell them about yourself once again, so they all can hear you this time.
Yeah, like I said, I bleed green, Eagles fan through and through, and hey, I like you say, I work with you behind the scenes, try and get all those graphics up and going, and yeah, well, I think we've built a quite good friendship over the last 2 years. I'm
Yeah,
very happy you can ask me to do this, and I'm looking forward to the next 6 months.
hey, let's go, man. It's gonna be awesome. And I say, hey, and we can even do off season stuff too. So
Yeah, yeah,
pump the
I have
bridges,
to.
Carlos. Well, hey, you never know. You got to be positive about what you do, man. So yeah. So I want to say welcome to Tuesdays with TJ. My host, myself, Carlos Clayton, PJ, and of course TJ. He is our you know. The big homie of every single Tuesday, y'all. So get ready, man. Like I said, you guys keep the chat rocking and rolling. We're gonna be just discussing topics about the NFL season so far, and let's go, man. If you guys want your voices really, really, really heard, hit that super chat, super sticker, and we'll go give a shout out right then and there in the show, and we'll definitely answer questions about the NFL. Towards the end, but keep the chat going, man. If you guys, and every now and then we'll look in the chat, and if there's a dope question, well, we'll answer it for sure. But let's go, man. So obviously, one of the biggest topics of the NFL season, unfortunately, is near and dear to my soul, which is the running back position. And everyone knows well, not everyone, but if you're new to the channel, new to the stream, I played running back my whole entire life, pretty much since about the age of like 10. I was a running back, whether it's for my middle school, high school, and so I love the running back position. And I can tell you guys right now, hey, it's a tough position. Because one, you're almost getting hit on every single play, whether you're chipping, whether you're running, whether you're blocking, whether you pass receiving. Um, but right now, man, these running backs ain't getting no love right now. Our first
Unfortunately,
topic,
not.
TJ. Hey, let's talk about first of all. It got so bad. Does anyone remember Kareem Hunt? Right, we all remember Kareem Hunt. Like
Yeah.
he was a dog, like one of the best running backs just 4 years ago. And he recently, after today, got a call by my New Orleans Saints. Who that? And it's gotten so bad now for the running back position. Mind you, a guy that was a top caliber guy just 4 years ago. Now he left New Orleans with no deal because New Orleans tried to give him the veteran minimum, and he might be getting a deal from the Colts, which might give him, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 mil for 1 year. But it's just so sad because we're talking the '90s, early 2000s. That was the cream of the crop. Like the running back
Yeah.
position was the position. So we got a lot going on with the owners like Jim Irsay
Oh,
talk,
madness.
talking crazy about how he's not going to pay a running back that kind of money, and he's saying that with a top tier running back on his team, kind of like
Mhm.
hurt his feelings, and I don't blame Jonathan Taylor. So TJ, my first question to you is: are you with or against the running backs being underpaid? What's going on with that?
I am completely with the running backs getting paid. They should get paid. But I also see it, annoyingly, I see it from the GM's perspective. It's like we do rely on this. We do rely on these players and we rely heavily, but because they are getting hit so often, they get injured, and the wear and tear is so bad. And then you get stories like uh, Todd Gurley and uh, Zeke, like these running backs that were revolutionary at their time. Like, was it Todd Gurley, what offensive player of the year, wasn't it? And then 2 years later, he's completely out of the league because they just get beat, and it's unfair on the players because they are putting their body through the paces. They are essentially getting in a car wreck every Sunday. They deserve the money. They are ruining their bodies. But why would a team pay a guy where 3 years you still might be owing him 20 million and he can't run forward? It's like they deserve. I feel like there should be something in the CBA like running backs should get the higher money because it is a cycle of we use you, we abuse you, we draft a new one. Especially if people like is it Pacheco was a sixth, seventh or sixth rounder and he's really good. Like he's better than what Edward Delaire was, who was a first rounder. And
Facts,
it's
facts.
precisely if you've got a 7 rounder who you can pay next to nothing, compared who arguably did a better job last year than Zeke, who was getting paid 14 million. It sucks for the running backs. They should get the money for what they're going through, but I just don't see how it's going to change.
I'm with you, and yeah, I'm a look. Everyone knows I love the running back position. Like I said, I was
Yeah.
one at one time, and look, I got the wear and tear, the surgeries to prove how tough it is to be a running back. I got torn ligaments, torn tendons in my
Ooh.
shoulders, just from the wear and tear of and that this is middle school and high school. I can only imagine me going to college or the NFL, but still, I gotta play devil's advocate, man. The owners are correct. It's all about analytics when it comes down to that position. And if you
Yeah.
think about the last, I don't know, 10 champions, or even further than that, when was the last time there was a bell cow running back that won a Super Bowl? And the
Marshawn Lynch,
and exactly Marshawn Lynch, and we're talking 2000 and what was that, 12?
14.
14, something like that. It was That's a long
Yeah.
time ago. We're talking almost a decade. And Marshawn, let's be
Yeah.
honest, he was a bell cow, but I mean he did get like 300 plus carries that year. He wasn't a LaDainian Thomason because Thomas can run and catch. He isn't one of
Yeah.
those guys, or even an Adrian Peterson or some sort, where he was really getting 30 freaking carries a day. It felt like.
Mm.
But look at the last 10 plus Super Bowl winners. Like you mentioned, Pacheco, a seventh round pick.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was your bell cow, you know. But also the last for 4 or 5 years, it's been like two or three backs,
Yeah.
and it's just very unfortunate because the days of Barry Sanders, Emmett
Hmm.
Smith, the days of those guys, like you said, a Todd Gurley, and we saw what happened to guys like Todd Gurley
Yeah.
and Ezekiel Elliott, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
The list goes on. It's very unfortunate. I do like these guys to get paid, but man, it's almost like, okay, we got you for a 2 or 3 year period, and there's no way you can sustain that. Now, there's probably somebody that can sustain that, but what we've seen over the past decade, and they tell you that the Super Bowl winners, they don't need a bell cow running back, and the offense for today's it's pretty much shotgun, pass left, pass right,
Yeah.
pass middle, wide receivers, and the running backs, scat backs, three or four guys in the rotation. So it sucks though. It really sucks. But
Yeah.
I
Even e-
go ahead.
yeah, even the run heavy teams, like either your QB's the run heavy, like the Ravens, like or you've got that rotation like the Eagles. I am going to criticize it. We're terrible. Like the last running back we paid was Shady,
Yes.
and since then it's just been a rotation of three or four guys. And because we've got such a good O line, we're still getting the same production. Was it Miles Sanders got like 10 million
Yeah.
this off season, and that's the Panthers, I think. And yet we've got four backs who are less than his paycheck.
Right.
So yeah, and because we've got a good O line, like we know we're going to get relatively the same production of just having a Miles Sanders on the team. Which,
Right.
unfortunately, that's the problem.
That is the problem, man. And geez, I mean, it's almost like the running back position is becoming in decline as far as your value. The value is so low because the numbers are there. It's like we don't need a bell cow running back to win Super Bowls, and we seen guys like Derrick Henry is the best running back. Most
Yeah,
people say they can barely get out of the divisional round every year.
yeah, yeah,
You need that quarterback and you need receivers, and obviously a good O line. But it hurts my heart knowing that Kareem Hunt was just 4 years ago considered one of the best running backs in the league, and now he can barely get a veteran minimum deal. And so I felt like that was a good start. So look, I agree with the owners because it's all about the
yeah,
owners. They're the ones paying these guys, to perform. And they feel like, why would I go out my pocket to pay this one guy X amount of dollars, like you said, like a Miles Sanders, when I can get rid of him and get three or four guys to take his place,
mhm,
man. And like even the like you said, the best running teams, you said the Ravens, the 49ers.
yeah,
Now they got Christian McCaffrey, I get that, but even before CMC, they were a dominant running team with three or four
yeah.
guys. Think about how many fools got paid just from being in that Niners system over the last 5 or 6 years. Guys got paid everywhere. If you're a running back,
They did.
like there are three or four guys, man, that got paid buku money out of that Niners system because it ran so well, and it wasn't just one person; it was a bunch. Now McCaffrey's there, but even this year, I feel like it's still going to be a rotational kind of thing where McCaffrey's going to play more of a receiving role out the backfield or even in the slot. So yeah, man, like if you're getting paid McCaffrey kind of money, you better be a McCaffrey type of back who can
Yeah,
do
McCaff.
more than just go get like 20 carries. He can get receiving yards as well.
Yeah, McCaffrey is that special kind of player. What was it? Last year he had a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown. Like he is that special. But first 3 years of the league injured. Like that's the risk still.
Right.
He got the money, like just simply because of his
Pure talent.
what he got. But that was in that period where Zeke got his money. Like Todd Gurley was just getting to the end of his career. Like we still had that. Oh, we'll still pay them for what they did, and now it's just been like, well, we can't pay them for what we did. We've got to pay for what they can be. And if this running back's gone in 2 years, we still don't want him on the books for 3 or 4 in those voyages. So yeah, I wasn't watching the NFL when the fullbacks were around, but obviously they're a position of the
It's
past,
a
and I
dying breed.
don't want.
They're like dinosaurs.
Yeah, precisely. But
Can't
it
believe
was
it.
such a big part of the league. Like when it started to the late, I think late 80s, they were still a big part,
Mhm.
and now you're lucky to see one. So hopefully the running backs won't turn into that. I don't see
Nah,
them, but
that'll be the league. If the league took a drastic turn and said we're just playing 7-on-7 flag football, then yeah, bye bye running backs. But outside of
or
that, I don't
or
see
they
that.
just do what the Niners did with Debo Samuel, which is he's technically a wide receiver, but he also does running back.
Right, right. So you're right though. I mean, shout out to the go out guys. Like if you're gonna get paid in today's NFL as a running back, you gotta be like you said, a Chris McCaffrey type. You gotta be real special. You gotta be able to catch about 60, 70 passes per year.
Mhm.
You gotta run the ball at least 150 times plus per year. And a great you know average for for carrying, right? You gotta have a good average, man. I want to give a shout out to Fins for Life in the building. Shout out to Infinity Productions showing love in the building, and my boy Hoodie Jupe is in the building, y'all. Welcome to Tuesdays with TJ, you guys. We're in the building, man. So big shout out to you guys. Oh, yeah, we're talking about the running back situation. It was tough, man, because we talked about Kareem Hunt going to the Saints and how he left without a deal. So the fact that he's gonna go to the Colts and the Colts might give him 5, 6 million, and it just sucks because just 4 or 5 years ago, Kareem Hunt was a top tier running back talent, and it tells you how the value of the running back now is going down. And I look, like I said, I agree with the owners. It's a owners league. They own it. They can do what they want to do, and we all figured out, including myself, who I come from the running back tree. I agree. I'm with them. I'm with the owners, as in I don't need a top tier running back, but also I got love for running backs, and I wish they
Mhm.
did get paid. But you're going to spread the money out to so many people for so long, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Markai. She's in the building showing love. What's up, Markai?
it's going back to your going back to your like running backs have to be that special kind of person who's catching the ball and all that. At that point, you've then got a decent wide receiver also on the cheap, which is even more taking the Mickey. It's just like it's ridiculous. How more can you take advantage of these poor men but not paying them? Especially if you've got wide receivers making 20 million, quarterbacks making 50 million, and then
Right.
you've got the guy who, like Christian McCaffrey, doing a lot of the work, getting not even half that, quarter of that,
Yeah, probably getting. I
maybe
mean,
even a tenth.
Chris McCaffrey's probably getting what 16 million a year,
Yeah,
15, and that's like a top tier outside of Derrick Henry, who's just a special type of running back. But even a guy like him, like the Titans haven't gone far at all with Derrick Henry.
I know.
They made it to, I think, one conference finals maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, 3 years ago. But outside of that, nothing. And it tells you, hey, we could take some of that Derrick Henry money and spread it to our receivers and O linemen and our
Yeah,
quarterback per se. And so yeah, hey, I understand both sides. I think you understand both sides as well, TJ. We talked about that, man. So it's just tough. I now it lets you know that if you're getting drafted, unless you're just a special human being, because we saw in just this draft alone, the kid from Texas that went to Atlanta,
yeah.
right? He's a special talent, but he could also catch the ball out the backfield. They're saying not necessarily CMC, but someone that could do damage, because his special skill set was being able to catch the
Mhm.
football. That's why he went so high in the draft. But outside of guys like him, you won't see running backs anymore in the top 25 or even the first round at all coming up unless you're just a purely special talented running back.
Yeah, look at the Lions. They drafted Gibbs in the first round, and people ripped into them.
Right.
Like he's not a Bijan. What's he doing? He could have been in the second round. Like they needed a running back. Like they lost the Williams who went to you, and they took him when they think they could because they
Right.
didn't have an early pick in the second, and people still disagreed with them.
And I think why he went is because his ability to catch the ball off the backfield as well.
Yeah,
So like if you don't have that ability with you, you can kiss being the first round of goodbye as running back these
yeah,
days.
yeah,
Because the NFL, even the running backs gotta be receivers now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's just how it is, man. So like I said, we feel bad for it, man. But it is what it is, y'all. All right. But we got some new faces, new places, or same old faces, new places. The Every year now it feels like free agency for the NFL is just dynamic now, and you never know
Yeah.
who's going. It was kind of odd because the first domino that really started things off was Derek Carr going to the New Orleans Saints. That was kind of
It
like,
was, yeah.
whoa. I didn't see that coming. Honestly, I knew he had beef with the Raiders, um, but now you kind of like, all right, we got some teams that have new quarterbacks that are going to their teams. Here we go. Here's my thought process, man. Well, what I want to get to. We all saw Jalen Hurts and how he dominated this past season and could have won MVP, could have won Super Bowl MVP. They would have won it all. He's one of those
Yeah.
guys that people were talking about last year. Who does he need to prove it? Is this his prove it year, right? And I think to everyone, he said, "Yeah, I'm here to stay. I just needed freaking weapons, right? I just needed weapons." Who is your quarterback that needs to prove it the most this year? Which quarterback has the most to prove this season? Because we got a plethora. We got guys like Daniel Jones got paid. Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson got paid. We've
Yeah.
got guys like I'm trying to think of names. Hey, Russell Wilson, he had a horrible season
Oh yeah,
last
no,
year.
he's up there.
You know, does he come back and do something special this year? We got a lot. Derek Carr, does he make a name for himself in New Orleans? We've got young quarterbacks as well, rookies. We got it all, man. We've got Jordan Love out of Green
Mhm.
Bay. So the storylines are always beautiful with the quarterback position. So I'm gonna go with you first, though, TJ. Which quarterback has the most to prove this season and why?
Honestly, people would go for rookie. He's got. I did think about rookies. I thought about like Justin Fields, like potentially, and then Derek Carr. Like, was it Derek Carr's the problem, or was it Josh McDaniels? Kind of awesome, but it's got to be Russell Wilson.
Ooh,
Like with the hype he had last year, the disappointment he had last year, with Sean Payton and how the hype of him and the comments he made about Hackett, it's got to be Russell. Can Russell return?
I didn't think about that, man. I didn't think about that.
It,
I like that though.
yeah, I think he's got the most because he's still under a lot of contract. He's still earning a lot of money. But if he sucks this year, it ain't the coach that's going. It's him.
That's
Like
that's true.
it's. I don't even think if he does suck, I don't think they're going to draft a QB and let him sit behind Russ. He is out of that door. Like I think he's. It's just there's no other QB. I don't think under that pressure. Like Love has got another year next year. They've agreed to that contract. So even if Love sucks, they've got another year to test him out or draft to sit behind. Carr, I think he's got not much. I don't think he's got enough pressure because obviously you've lost Kamara for 3 games, and you still your coach is still a bit got the eye on him a lot more. It's got to be Russell, like, and what he was doing all season as well, like the danger rush, the hidings on the
The
aeroplane,
commercials.
like everything that came out of that camp all last year just made everyone turn on Russell so quickly. And unfortunately, this year's not going well for the Broncos. What, 3 major injuries, a suspension
Receivers.
indefinitely. No, just I think what, one O line and one D lineman, and Tim Patrick has gone again. He's tore his ACL, I think, or Achilles last year, ACL this year,
Yeah, that's
and
tough. That's tough.
another D lineman got suspended indefinitely for like 82 bets he put on. Like,
Crazy.
yeah, precisely. He ain't coming back.
Well, he put it under an alias too, man.
Yeah, so yeah, it's got to be Russ. And honestly, I don't think he can. I think
Ooh, hot take. Huh? He
I,
just not, huh?
I just don't think so. I think Russell isn't the style of QB Sean Payton is used to.
True that.
Um,
True that.
he needs to be the mobility. He needs the mobility to either extend plays or let his receivers get a bit more open. I don't see him as just a generic pocket passer because we saw that his last year in Seattle. Like, yeah, he had the first couple of years where he did look like that, and then he came to a couple of games, sorry, where he did look like a pocket passer. Then he came to earth, and Pete Carroll knew his weaknesses, so that's why they went back to running the ball. And people blame Pete Carroll like, oh, they don't trust Russ, they don't trust Russians. Well, so far, Pete Carroll's been proven right. You can't.
I mean, Geno Smith went to Seattle to start breaking records. It was
Precisely, yeah. Is it
it's
the system or is it the QB? And so
right.
far, it looks like it's the system.
Ah. I look. I didn't think about Russell Wilson, man. That is, and you're right though. I like the fact you said that if Russell struggles again, he's the one that's gone, not the head
Yeah.
coach. I tell you what though, although Sean Payton made those comments, I agree wholeheartedly with Sean Payton said. Do I agree about it saying it publicly? No, I don't agree with that because you don't want that kind of stigma on your team for the year. That kind of, you know. They meet in week 5, Jets versus Broncos, so that's gonna be awesome. But I tell you what though, that Hackett job was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. But I didn't think about Russell Wilson. I like your hot take on that one. I'm gonna go and keep it in the AFC and keep it with a team that's on the rise. And I think my quarterback with the most to prove this year, is an MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Oh
I
yeah.
think Lamar Jackson, let's be honest, his last 2 years, I've always been the one that said, man, I think the NFL is going to quickly figure out Lamar Jackson. And they kind of did in the last couple of years. Now, he had his injuries last year. Was it a real injury or not? Because he wanted that money. So I'm not gonna dive into that, man. But I will tell you what though, they have now given Lamar Jackson quote unquote weapons. They
Yep.
have given him. They already got the running game. The running game is there. If Dobbins can stay healthy with a Gus Edwards, they have Lamar Jackson who can run as well. But now they gave him Odell Beckham Jr. And you just drafted Zay Flowers, the slot receiver from Boston College. You already have a great tight end in Mark Andrews.
Mhm.
If now it's all about can you be the one to throw the football and throw it accurately? Because now there's no more excuses of well you don't have, and if Rashard's Bateman your best your best receiver, then of course you're going to struggle, right? Well now if Odell is like Odell's old, which means he can cut and he can run and catch with the best of them, and then you have Zay Flowers. Lamar Jackson is saying he already wants to throw for 5,000 yards. He's putting that kind of pressure on
What?
himself. Yeah, man.
Wow.
He's putting that kind of pressure on himself. I think that I hope that he does, but I'm saying he's got to prove it this year. I got to see it, man, because he got paid all that money, and we're talking about a guy that I feel like the NFL has kind of figured out over the last couple of years. Just think about it, the last 2 years, especially a guy like myself who had him in fantasy over the last 2 years. I'm like,
Mhm.
yo, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
He's fumbling, he's throwing ducks, he's taking unnecessary sacks. It's just mind blowing to me how he went from the MVP and now all of a sudden he's just kind of like a ho hum kind of quarterback, but he does have the national God given ability to
Yeah.
be the fastest guy on the field. But I feel like this is his year. He's got to show up and he's got to put up numbers, not running the ball, passing the ball, because that's how you stay healthy over a long time. You want to, oh, how did Tom Brady make it 20 plus years? How Aaron Rodgers made it almost 20 plus years? Peyton Manning, almost 20 plus years? Drew Brees, 20 plus years? Those
Yep.
guys really took care of their bodies and they didn't take unnecessary injuries. Now, yes, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton all had that 1 year of injury, but let's
Yeah.
be honest. We've seen now Lamar Jackson in his prime. He's had back to back seasons already,
Mhm.
missing 5 plus games, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about him. Like the Ravens go as far as Lamar Jackson. I think he has the most to prove this year. Because look, rookies are going to be rookies. Y'all, we just got a $50 super chat bomb
What?
from the beautiful Markai.
Oh
Said,
my
here is
god.
it to Tuesdays with TJ.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Thank you, Markai, for the love. We appreciate that. Markai showing love with a $50 super chat bomb. Says here
Yeah.
is to Tuesdays with TJ. Thank you so much, Markai. I let you guys know this is like a podcast, so we won't be answering every single comment or chat. We won't talk about that. But if you guys have a very interesting question about what's going on, or you guys have what Markai just did a super chat, we will make sure we answer every single super chat, regardless, or super sticker. Markai, cheers to you, love. We appreciate that, man. Oh my goodness. That I had to stop for a second. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome,
That
Markai.
was, yeah, that's
Just
amazing.
throwing that thing around. We love it. We love it. Thank you, Markai. But yeah, so we both have AFC quarterbacks. We have Russell Wilson and veterans too. We could have went rookies or even someone like Daniel Jones. But I feel like there's not pressure on Daniel Jones, regardless.
He's here's a QB which has a similar situation as the running backs. See, like I said, the NFL doesn't play running backs because they get injured a lot. Tua has the same situation. He has shown that he can win games. He can throw for he was on pace to do like 5,000 yards.
Right.
He was shown that he had the capability, and yet unfortunately he cannot stay on the field. Like he almost retired because he had so many concussions. And it's him and Joe Burrow and obviously Jordan Love, but him and Joe Burrow haven't got that money from the teams yet. Well, Joe Burrow's paycheck is coming,
It's coming. It's
but
coming.
people don't know about Tua because of his health. So he's proven that he's got the talent, but can he prove that he can stay on the field?
Yeah.
Which is done because, especially when it comes to concussions and we knowing how dangerous they are now, it's you don't want to force the guy to say, "Yeah, I'm a manly man. I can go out even though I can't see straight or remember what happened 2 minutes ago." But that's what the Dolphins are looking for, I think. Can he
Um,
keep healthy?
I mean, especially from the quarterback position, the best ability is definitely availability. You
Yeah,
gotta be able. I mean, Tua's missing 5, 6, 7 games a year early in his career. I don't. That's why I didn't like the most to prove. I get Tua, but it's almost like we see the writing on the wall, and I hate to say that about a quarterback or any player, but you kind of can see it, man. It's almost like once you start getting those concussions, they keep rolling in. It's almost like they don't stop, man. And now here's
yeah,
fingers crossed that he has a fully healthy year, no injuries. That's for everybody, matter of fact. But man, it's almost like, ugh. We'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
We'll see. Cross your fingers, man. But you got Russell Wilson. I've got Lamar Jackson. I like both of those, though. I do, man. Moving on, y'all. We got obviously every single year we got rookies that come in and they make an impact on a team. This season, we got some guys who are going to be starters ASAP. Obviously, we have the kid from Bama who's going to be the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, and then we got Will Anderson going to the Houston Texans. He's going to be that guy. Um, a lot of teams really count on their rookies, especially first, second, third rounders, to make an early impact. Uh, I want to know who is going to be your most impactful rookie this year, and tell me why. So, what rookie will have the most impact for his team? Oh, hold on,
I,
and before we get started, Shadow Gaming says, "What's up, gentlemen? What's up, Shadow? Good to see you, my
what is
brother."
up? I think it's going to be Christian Gonzalez.
Ooh, defense, baby. What's
Uh,
up?
yeah, it's he's gone to a team which is known for just producing these great corners. What they had, Gilmore, they had J.C. Jackson. Like they're known just creating these great players in that position. And he was what the number one, if not the number one, maybe number two thought corner out of the draft. It was what Weatherspoon and Gonzalez, wasn't it? And people were shocked that he was taken by the Patriots that far down. It was what, number 15, wasn't it? And they have a need in that position, and I think it's just great timing, great role, and I reckon he's going to shine.
Now,
Yeah. If Bill Belichick doesn't know how to fix him, then oof, something's gone wrong.
and I like Markai. She says Anthony Richardson, the quarterback from the Colts. I tell you what though,
Oh,
if
good
there
one.
if there is a quarterback that's gonna have a major impact as a rookie, it's gonna be Richardson. He's the starter. Now he's the starter from day one. He's got the biggest upside for at least 1 year. Now we're talking about maybe the future. I don't know, but I do like Anthony Richardson as well. Um, but I'm gonna go with the most impact for right now, and I'm saying impact as in not only just um, being good for your team, but helping your team win, if that
Mm.
makes any sense. I'm gonna go with Zay Flowers, the wide receiver
Ooh,
from the Ravens.
interesting.
I,
Yeah,
I I think he's gonna give Lamar Jackson a dynamic he's never had out of the slot receiver position. This kid reminds me of Tyreek Hill. And what I'm saying is, think about the difference between Tyreek Hill and Brandon Cooks. If you watch those two players, one, they're both fast. They're
yeah,
both fast. But two, the reason why Tyreek Hill is so much better than Brandon Cooks, they're fast and they're both good receivers, but Tyreek Hill can go east to west with both of them. With the best of them, excuse me. As far as Cooks is only south and north. He can't go east and west and shake somebody. Zay Flowers has Tyreek Hill ability. So to catch a 5 yard route, you talk about Tua was on pace last year to throw 5,000 yards. That's because he was throwing it
Mhm.
5 yards and Tyreek Hill was taking it 85. You know,
Yeah.
he was throwing it five, and Waddle was taking it 50 for a touchdown.
That is a weird stat. That is like the QB doing 5% of the work and the
Yeah,
wide
and then
receiver
the
like
receiver
wide
just like
receiver doing everything else, and the
right.
QB's like, yeah, yeah, I did all
There
that.
we, and I like Zay Flowers making an impact because he could be the one to take a 5 yard screen pass and take it to the house. Someone who could make guys miss in today's NFL, where guys just don't tackle well anymore because of just how the NFL's produced now. Like he can shake with the best of them. He can turn a 5 yarder into a 50 yarder. Something that outside of Lamar Jackson, the Ravens hadn't had in a long time out of
No,
the
that's true.
positional players. I mean, Mark Andrews, very talented, and he's a top three tight end in the game, but he cannot be your best option on offense if you're gonna be a contending team. So I think Odell Beckham coming in and Zay Flowers really making that impact. I got a feeling if all things connect right with these guys, look for Zay Flowers to have a major impact. But I do like the fact that you went defense because I'm gonna go with Gonzalez as far as I think that was super crazy good value by the Patriots. And
Oh yeah,
I'm with you. I thought Gonzalez was going. I thought he could have easily been a man, top 10, 9 or 10 or 11, 12, somewhere there. And he went to what was it, 20, 19? Something I forgot what the
yeah.
pictures
It
were.
was late teens because it was uh, Patriots traded with the Steelers, and the Steelers took what the player Jets wants. Jets went O
Yes.
lineman,
Okay. So
and then
it
the
was that,
Patriots was
that was
like,
about
yeah,
16 and 16,
yeah,
17. But I thought that was you know awesome for the Patriots to get him. I thought it was great. I've got Flame Legend says Flame Legend in the building. What's up, Flame Legend? Thanks for the love, man. But Infinity made another good one. He said Gibbs from Detroit. He says he might
oh,
have an
that'd be
impact
good.
for the Lions, man, and I do like that as well.
Yeah, I think I actually saw a video posted by the Lions social media. They're at joint practice with the Giants, and Gibbs was a wide receiver. He just burned past a Giants cornerback, caught the ball, and
Ooh.
went. So yeah, it's again them taking full advantage of what running backs can
And
do.
that's why he's a first round pick.
Yeah,
Although I think it was where he was drafted, which got people like was he like
yeah,
12th? Wasn't he like the 12th pick overall?
yeah. I think he was
And I
12th, and
I
they
think
still had
that's
two.
where the whole like what are we doing kind of thing happened. Yeah, but guess what? I was just like that in 2017 when we drafted drumroll Alvin Kamara. I was like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? Third round pick. We don't need a stinking running back. And look at now, freaking freaking 6 years later, Kamara's one of the best in the game. So I mean, you never know. But I do like the Gibbs pick as well, Infinity. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, there's going to be a bunch of rookies that are going to shine. I'm not saying that Zay Flowers or Gibbs or Gonzalez are going to win offensive or a defensive rookie of the year. I'm not saying all that, but impact wise, that because there's teams that have a great player, but your team sucks regardless.
yeah,
And there's teams that can contribute to a contending team. That's kind of where I was going with. I think that that's definitely going to be, like you said, Gonzalez, who's already suited for a great defense. And of course, I picked Zay Flowers. That Ravens offense, if they get going, man, can be very deadly this year, and as well as the Patriots defense, man. So thank y'all for showing love and giving us our input as well in the chat, y'all. So keep it going, man. Keep those comments in there going. We appreciate that. Hey, um, so we were talking about the Ravens and their offense, and they've had a couple of I'm not gonna say down years, but they just haven't been a dominant team. I want to go with a surprise team. I want to talk about surprise team right here, man. Every year we know how it is. Every year in the playoffs, think about it. There's 7 seeds in each conference. So
Yeah.
we're talking 14. And what was they? It was 12 back in the day, and it felt like was it at least 4 new teams every year, something like
Yeah,
that.
you got that rotation. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
either one team would be like the winner, then it will drop down, or just one, two, or three just be like, oh, I'm good this year. Oh, I'm not good this year.
Yeah, I think it's been like I don't know. I want to say like 14 or 15 years straight where there's been like 4 new teams plus every year in the playoffs. So every
Yeah,
year we have a quote unquote surprise team that makes some noise in the season and goes to the playoffs. So I want to get your thought, man, TJ.
oh,
What is
oh,
Who's your surprise team to look out for this up and coming NFL season? I know there's a lot. There's a lot, but you can only pick one. Only pick one.
this honestly, this was the hardest thing to choose because I couldn't tell you. If I had to guess, I think even though they made the playoffs last year, I think the Chargers,
Ooh.
and they made the playoffs last year, but people were just like, yeah, but it's only because of the seventh seeds. You know what I mean? It's just like they're there just because they've just made it. And Herbert's just got that thing about him, that clutchness. And I admit, when they drafted Herbert, I was like, oh, I don't think they've made a good choice
Oh,
there
me too.
because
Me too.
obviously, yeah,
I
he's
ate my
what from
words, though. I ate them.
Oregon and all that kind of stuff. But when it was that Raiders game 2 years ago, and it was like win and you're in, and yeah, they lost, but it was 4th and 8, he made it. 4th and 7, he made it. 4th and 11, he made it, and that was Herbert. That was just purely Justin Herbert, and yeah, he's got paid, and fair enough. That means less money for the rest of the team. But I feel he's gonna something's gonna give with Herbert. Either he's gonna finally shine and drag the Chargers kicking and screaming further into the playoffs, or they're gonna crush and burn, and it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Herbert's fault.
Oh yeah,
I think he's just
I
gonna
agree.
be. It's just gonna be a casualty of the situation.
Ooh, so are we talking about like a great regular season record? We're talking like 12-5, 13-4, that kind of because they made the playoffs
I, I'd
last year.
say I'd say about 12-5
Okay.
because obviously he's got the Broncos, and the problem is he's in the same division as the Chiefs.
Right, right, right. I
Um,
got you.
you've got Pat Mahomes being Pat Mahomes, so I reckon he's not going to win the division, but I reckon he's gonna make it to at least a divisional game and potentially a championship game.
Ooh, I like that. Shout out to Markai says, "Are you doing a prediction stream?" Yes, ma'am. I will have that available. If not next week, for sure, the week after that, we will definitely get the. Not only will I have my predictions for the records of each every single team. Also, I might have my top 32 quarterbacks as well. So y'all stay tuned for that. In the next couple of weeks, we'll have all that rocking and rolling, you guys. And I have it posted for you guys. So stay tuned. We got our top 32 quarterbacks, and we'll have our my predictions for the records of the 2023/24 season. So that will be coming up, Markai. Infinity had a good one. He says, I think the Panthers in a very bad NFC could potentially get in with a record somewhere around 500. Hey,
Yeah,
and
could be,
hey,
could be.
it could take a 9-8 or 8-9 season. Who knows? Depending on how the Saints play. Are they that team or are they not that team? So yeah, I do like your pick for the Panthers. Me, Y'all know I've been saying over the last couple of months now. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns, baby.
Of course,
I'm
yeah.
going. I'm on the Cleveland Browns bandwagon right now. I think Deshaun Watson learned his lesson. Just don't turn around, my guy. Keep it where you're getting the back massage, brother. But no, honestly, on a serious note though, I like Cleveland. I like them going into the playoffs. Obviously, I have my predictions coming up, so I don't want to spoil where I think they might go. But I like them to at least make the playoffs for sure. I think Deshaun Watson a full training camp. He's got some weapons. Got the running game in Nick Chubb. You have a top 10 defense. The only reason why that defense played so bad most times is because, let's be honest, the Browns couldn't score enough points. They're always on the field. Eventually, you'll get tired and worn out in today's NFL because you're running so much on the field 78 to 85% of the time because you're going 3 and out on offense. Well, now Deshaun Watson is here and he is going to get command of this team. Amari Cooper is still there. They also
Yeah.
have they drafted man, who was the kid they drafted? I forgot already, man. Receiver they drafted, and they got someone off free
Oh,
agency. I forgot. But anyways, I love their O line. The O line is still one of the best in the game. I love their D line, and I love their secondary. I think with a better offense, which I believe they will have this year, and that great running game. And Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb ain't going
yeah,
nowhere.
yeah,
He's the one guy that we don't. He doesn't get a lot of love because he's in Cleveland, and he's not Derrick Henry, so he doesn't get a lot of
yeah.
love. But he is a beast, man. He's a beast. And guess what? No Kareem Hunt, so there might be a little more carries for Nick Chubb for the year now. So, anyways, what I'm saying is the Browns have all the tools necessary to, make some noise in the AFC North. Because in a division where I think the Ravens, all right, we have the Bengals. We know the Bengals all about. We love the Bengals. Outside of the Bengals, I really think that the Browns could obviously overthrow the Patriots. I mean, the Steelers, and overthrow the Ravens.
Yeah.
It's gonna be close though. I'm going with double-digit wins for the Browns. I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna say 10-7. I'm gonna
Okay,
say
yeah.
10-7 and make the playoffs. But who knows? That's why we play the games, you guys.
Yeah.
Uh, Flame Legend said Minnesota Vikings. Ah,
Oh,
he
I
says
don't
I got
agree.
them in the playoffs, but no Super Bowl. Well, you might as well count them as last year. 13-4
Yeah.
had be the worst ever 13-4 team in the history of the NFL. I don't know, man, but I mean, hey, I love your confidence, Flame Legend. But I don't like the Vikings. Oh no. Even if they can go 14-3, 15-2 next year, I got them out first round.
Yeah. I was thinking about the division. I think the Lions are going to win the division, the NFC North.
Ooh.
Then I think it is going to be the Vikings, and then the Bears and the Packers. It's a toss up. I don't know which
Okay.
one's going to be last, but
I love
the
it. I
problem with
love it.
they've got Justin Jefferson. Like, you know what I mean? The moment they have to pay him a bajillion dollars is the moment they start to suffer. It's so they'll always be a contender if they've got Justin Jefferson because hey, they just need a QB to go. Hey, somewhere down there,
That's
just throw
right.
the ball.
Generic Baldwin said he's approved of the take. Yes, sir. As a Cleveland guy. Yeah, so I gotta finish. So you have Los Angeles Chargers. I got the Cleveland Browns. So
Yeah,
two teams from the AFC. Watch those two teams play in the playoffs. Watch. Watch.
yeah.
Chargers versus Browns in the playoffs. That'd be crazy. Uh, all right. So, all that being said, we got to do the most cliche question on here. Um, who's your MVP, man? Before we start to wrap things up, who's your MVP?
Well, unfortunately, if anything goes by statistic, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes again.
Ooh,
But if I couldn't choose him, honestly, then it's it's a toss up between Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. The reason why I say Justin Fields is because he's gonna just everyone thinks he's got the talent. If it shows and he shines, he'll be up there with MVP. He'll be the just Jalen Hurts of this year You're like, oh my god, look at the steps he's taken forward. MVP, MVP. You know what I mean? Because he's got that kind of talent. He can rush, he can throw, he can do all that stuff. But that's if the Bears are a capable team. Where Trevor Lawrence, the reason why I went Trevor Lawrence is he's in the same system. He's in a decent system, not an Urban Meyer system, a decent system for a second year. He's got good wide receivers. He's got Ducky P, who's a good head coach. The Jaguars are somehow capable now, and he's got that metabolism. Who will be like, right, let's take the lead, let's go. So it's most probably going to be Pat Mahomes, but I reckon it's either Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. Those are my dark horses for MVP.
Wow.
Those two.
It is crazy because Justin Fields, he's been getting a lot of love these days. He has been.
Yeah,
I mean, you give him one receiver in the kid from Carolina who's now with them, and all of a sudden now it's all about freaking Justin Fields. He's got like more. It could be false, but I've been hearing all across social media. He's got more votes as MVP than Pat Mahomes right now. And I was like,
really.
whoa, yeah, like
That's
Vegas,
madness.
Vegas loves Justin Fields, but my thing is, he might have a good year or a better year, but MVP is all about the wins and losses at the same time. I mean, that
Yeah,
means you're telling me the Bears have got to win like 11, 12 games this year for Fields to get MVP kind of love. You can't win 8 or 9 games to be
no,
MVP.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
That is
so
true.
but
It's
he's been getting he has been getting a lot of love. And look, the Bears this year have surrounded him with some weapons. So he's got
yeah,
DJ Moore, the kid from Carolina,
yeah,
who's there, and he could be a potential dark horse for having a really good season. Almost like an AJ Brown going to the Eagles.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
maybe that can make something happen because you never know what you got till you give a quarterback weapons. We know Jalen Hurts is a prime example. You gave
yeah.
Hurts weapons. Here he goes. Now this guy could be MVP. Um, but I am going to actually agree with Mark High. I'm going with Justin Herbert as
Ooh,
the
Herbie.
MVP this year. I'm going with Justin Herbert as MVP. And I kind of believe, although they were not my surprise team, because I feel like it should be no surprise that they win 12 games because they
Yeah,
have the talent, right? I'm going with Justin Herbert as the MVP this year. So I agree with you, Markai, with that. I think I'm with you on the capabilities of this team.
yeah.
But it's all about the freaking coaching staff.
Oh,
The
tell me about
coaching
it.
staff
It's
has been just horrendous forever now. This coach staff with the Chargers over the last couple years, they have put the Chargers in some bad situations, right?
mhm.
And it's tough. I always say this: a coach, and that's why Hackett was one and done. A
Yeah,
coach should never lose a game for his team. It should be on the players to lose a game for the team, not the coach. I feel like over the last three years, the Chargers coaching staff has lost at least two
oh, definitely.
every year, and that is a difference between if you're the Chargers playing in Jacksonville or you're the Chargers hosting a playoff game. There goes your 2 games right there, and
Yeah,
I feel like if the coaching staff can just get better, the Chargers, in my opinion, can easily win 12, 13 games. They had so many nail biters this year and
yeah.
could have easily won those games. Herbert has been fantastic since day
Mhm.
one. I agree with you, TJ. I did not expect that from Herbert being drafted from
No,
Oregon. I did not. I was like, he looks meh, meh,
yeah,
but
just man.
meh. But no, he came in there and he has lit up the season his first couple years in the NFL. I do believe this is Herbert's time to shine, though. I will give him MVP. He has my odds right now, and I think obviously Pat Mahomes is in there. Um, but no one can say Kirk Cousins. I don't care what kind of year Justin Jefferson
No,
had.
no,
Kirk Cousins, he had 13 wins last year, threw almost 5,000 yards, and he had no MVP votes at all. So,
I know, absolutely madness. Yeah, yeah.
so,
Honestly,
so we'll see about that. I do like your pick though, and and of course I like I don't know about Fields as a dark horse. I mean, because the Bears have gotta win some
Yeah, they
games.
do.
They've gotta win some games. But you know, if you wanna, and we're saying that to stray away from the Pat Mahomes MVP, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be Pat Mahomes again. Like
Yeah.
you can see the future. It's Chiefs are gonna make it far. Pat Mahomes is gonna win MVP. If not,
Pat Mahomes going to throw
something bad's
5,000
gonna happen.
yards. He's going to throw
Yeah,
to like 8 different receivers, getting all touchdowns, and they're going to win
precisely. Yeah,
14 games. Number one seed in the AFC. Bow. There you go, right?
yeah. I, yeah. Do you think if the Chargers struggle this year, which is crazy because I said they're my dark horses, you said that Herbert is your MVP.
Right.
If they struggle this year, Brandon Staley's gone, right? He
Oh,
has to
no,
be.
no doubt. Staley is
Yeah,
done. He
it's
is. This is his last year, and they haven't announced it. All those big dogs up there, they're talking about it. They
yeah,
are
like
talking about it. They're like, look, it is obviously the coaching staff, and
yeah,
thank God they made the playoffs last year, because I said if they did not, he was gone last year.
yeah, he has to
Because
be.
they crawled into their playoffs with I think they had the 5 seed. That's why they had the away game against the Jaguars, because the Jaguars won their
Yeah,
division. So it was 5 versus 4. But they just got into the last 2 weeks of the season. But if they didn't make it, oh yeah, he was done. So that saved him one more year. But let's just say that they don't make the playoffs, or they get to the playoffs and one and done. He's gone. Because mind
yeah,
you, they made it, but we just all forgot about how they lost the game. Up
yeah. That's true.
27
Yeah,
nothing. They
they just
forgot
lost
about
it.
it. They were up 27 nothing in the playoffs, and you lost.
I think it was all the second quarter, what the second half, wasn't it? It
Yeah,
wasn't like a casual comeback. It
I
was
think
just like,
yeah, it was 27-3 at halftime, something like that.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, that was
or
yeah,
27-7 at halftime, something like that, and then Jaguars come in there and dominate. But I mean, that's coaching staff issues. That's
yeah.
the Atlanta Falcons 28-3 against the Patriots. That's a coaching staff issue. I don't care. No one says you're about
The
25
last,
points in the second half. You win that game.
yeah, I think was it the last time a team lost that badly? I think it was the Texans versus the Chiefs.
Yep.
I think the Chiefs were like nothing, like 28, and then within I think it was like 5 minutes,
I mean,
the
the
Texans were
crazy one
losing.
was remember the Houston Oilers versus the Buffalo Bills. The Bills come back against Houston with
Yeah.
more moon. I mean, that was the biggest one of all time. That was that 31 nothing.
Oh
31
wow.
31-3 in the playoffs. In the playoffs too, crazy. Up 31-3, 31 nothing, something like that, and the Bills came back and won it. I believe in overtime, 34
Oh,
to 31.
you must be
Uh,
kicking
oh
yourself for
yeah, it
that.
was bad, man. But that's a coaching staff issue. Your
Yeah.
team did enough right there, up by 28, up by 31, up by 25 to win that game. That's a coaching staff issue. So that's a Staley issue, and he has got to win. I mean, he's got to win a playoff
Yeah.
game. He's got to. Nothing short of a playoff victory, and he's gone. He's
Yeah.
gone.
No,
He's
guaranteed.
gone.
Has to be.
So
He
so
listens to analytics too much.
Oh yeah, way too much, way too much, my brother. Sometimes you gotta keep it a little old school, man.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you
you
go.
have to.
Generic Ballman said that was 35-3. Thank you. 30. They
Oh
lost, and they lost
wow.
41-38. I think, with the final score in overtime. 41-38, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That,
So,
that, that would be a game to watch.
and matter of fact, that was Frank Wright playing quarterback, the head
Oh
coach of the
really?
Panthers. He was the quarterback
Nice.
because Jim Kelly was hurt in the playoffs. So it was Frank Wright that
Oh
came in.
wow.
Samuel Wilkinson says hello, Uneducated Sports Talk, and PJ. She says, "Don't mind me. I'm just here listening to the beautiful voice of TJ."
Oh
All
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
hey, all right.
Sorry, teacher. I haven't
Yeah, so
ignored
PJ's
you.
been very quiet. But yeah, so obviously we kind of have a feeling Pat Mahomes might be a 3-time MVP.
Yeah. He
Um,
the projected just his career so far. If it keeps the same momentum and the same
7.
trajectory, it will be what? He's going to go down as the best QB. Like
Yeah,
he might not have enough rings as Tom Brady, but I reckon he's going to have more MVPs. He's going to, I reckon, end up with what, maybe 2 or at least 3 more rings, and he's going to just what he's doing. He's going to end up with as the best
I
QB.
mean, obviously he's been afforded to the the way the NFL works now these days, where
Yeah,
you can barely blow on a quarterback, but still, I said it just from a pure quarterback talent. I have never seen anyone like Pat Mahomes in my life. And if you guys follow my channel, you guys know I think Dan Marino is the greatest quarterback in my opinion, just from a pure quarterback standpoint of just throwing that football and just, I mean, doing it with ease and grace. And Pat Mahomes, in my mind, is just blown everybody out the water. Even if he doesn't win a single playoff game for the rest of his career, or he doesn't get a single Super Bowl, how about that? I think right now, just out of the pure, because Dan Marino didn't win anything. Dan Marino went to one Super
that's
Bowl
true.
in '84 and got his ass whipped because he had a sorry defense. It was all offense for him in a league where they can tear your freaking heads off. He was throwing
Yeah,
5,000 yards. Back in the mid '80s, late '80s, early '90s. So that's why I picked Marino as my goat of quarterbacks. But boy, Pat Mahomes. Talk about making something out of nothing every
yeah.
single play. If you're a defense, you can hold your breath because he's not the fastest at all.
Nope.
But
No,
my
he's
guy
not.
just makes plays every time, and it's just scary because Tom Brady, who people look at as the goat, and hey, for obvious reasons, he's got what, 7 Super Bowl rings and
7 rings,
seven
10
rings,
Super Bowl, gone to 10 Super Bowls, got
right?
7 rings.
And I get that, but as a pure quarterback standpoint, I mean, Tom did get to that level till like year 8, year 9 of his
Yeah,
career because people forget his first 3 Super Bowls. He was basically a Daniel Jones type. They forget
it
about
was.
that.
Yeah, it was a lot of
He
defense, and
was
hey, he shouldn't have one because of the tuck rule. Like,
right.
let's just say
It shouldn't have got
tuck rule
started
saved
because of
him.
the freaking Tucker rule, man. But
Yeah,
but that's neither here or there. But my thing was he was basically a game manager his first 5 6 years of his career, where Pat Mahomes, I mean, from the jump was the guy. You know,
yeah.
now I say Brady's last 4 Super Bowls, outside of that Rams one back in '18, which was horrible. That was a horrible, ugly game. They
Oh,
won
yeah.
13-3 thanks to his defense. But basically the 3 out of the last 4 was because of him playing the quarterback position. So
The
so that's how it goes.
yeah, the only situation where Pat Mahomes can struggle or show that he is the best is what he's 28 now, 29. When he hits about 31, he scrambles a lot, and his scrambling is to extend plays to make a wide receiver open and throw it. He's going to lose that part of the game. He's going to get slower. He's going to get hit more, and obviously injury. Like he's already lost an kneecap. Um, so if he can develop it to be a purely pocket pass, which I think he can, because he's already got the arm, he's already got the capabilities of doing that. But he will eventually need to lose the ability to scramble, and if he can just keep to a pocket passer, yeah, he's gonna
Well, I
keep
mean,
playing until he's.
I see where you're going. I don't see him losing that. Like, this isn't the NFL where guys are getting hit like crazy. Like, Pat
That's
Mahomes just
true.
doesn't get hit. I can see him being in his late 30s, still moving around as he. I mean, if you're getting hit like crazy, yeah, that's different because like a guy like for instance Steve Young. People forget that Steve Young was a scrambling sort of quarterback as a young gun, a young 49er.
Yeah.
But then he started getting hit and hit and hit. Then he became a pure passing quarterback his last half of his career. But as far as this NFL, where guys can't touch the quarterback per se,
No.
right?
Yeah. You're right.
I don't
You're
I
right.
don't
He even.
see how for one, he's not even fast. He
That's true.
he scrambles to throw the ball, and then if he
Yeah.
does scramble, it's 10 yards for a first down out of
Yeah,
bounds.
and he won a Super Bowl with one leg. So yeah,
You're right. He won a Super
yeah,
Bowl with one leg.
he won a Super Bowl with one
Who's
leg.
doing
So
that in the '90s, early 2000s, even 15 years ago? Who's doing that? No one is doing that, man. You
no,
on
yeah,
one
you're
leg,
right. You're
get your
right.
ass out the game, man. We'll take the backup and run the ball 40 times, something like that. So I don't see where he'll lose his mobility because one, it's not even there. It's not even like
Fair.
Daniel Jones is faster than Pat Mahomes. You know, Daniel
Yeah,
Jones has a way more rushing yards than Pat Mahomes will ever have. But Mahomes just gets it done because he's not trying to run just the freaking run. He's running to throw a 40-yard bomb.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think in today's NFL, if he was in the 10, 15 years ago, I would agree with you for sure about because I think of Steve Young being that scrambling quarterback. Butterfly, how you doing, love? We got Butterfly in the building. Says hi. Says spike the like button. Thank you, Butterfly. I appreciate that. But no, you're right though. So we would kind of agree on Pat Mahomes, but just for boo boos and giggles, man, I'm gonna say Herbert, and that's depending on the Chargers can get 12, 13 wins. Uh, Not even win the division, just win 12 games and have Herbert have a great year. I think Herbert is going to be in line because I think the NFL every now and then doesn't want to give it to one guy so many times. You got to kind of spread out. That's like Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan only won 5 MVPs. He could have easily won 12 in a row, whatever it was. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta give it to a Karl Malone or you gotta give it to a Charles Barkley every now and then. And
Yeah.
I
I see.
think
I
I
see.
think this year NFL say we just hoping for someone to rise, which I think will be Herbert, and we'll just give it to him, and then we'll get to Pat Mahomes next year. you know,
Yeah. No, I see. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, yeah, technically he was, but you can't just keep giving it to the same guy. Like,
and you should because if he deserves it, he deserves it. But
yeah, yeah.
as
It's
far
it's like
as
if that's the standard, you've just got to keep giving it.
right, right,
But
right,
people get bored of the sport, and
they
that they
they
don't
will be like,
lose
hey, every
attention.
freaking year it's going to Pat Mahomes, or every year it's going to Michael Jordan or LeBron James.
Yeah,
So I get it, I
and
get it.
people will start hating you. Look at the Patriots; they just keep winning. People hate. You've obviously got the bandwagon fans, but then you get your haters, and people just hope for your downfall. But
Yeah,
hey,
they said, hey Tina, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do not. No, I don't have a YouTube channel. Obviously, I've got one to say talk in the chat, but I don't have anything like post videos or anything like that. So yeah,
Hey,
unfortunately.
if you guys want to go ahead and sport your questions out, put them out right now. We have time to answer anyone's questions, so keep those questions running in. Now is the time, y'all, to ask your questions. We'll go ahead and answer anyone's questions on the chat right now. We got one from Infinity. This is for you, TJ. It says, if Patrick Mahomes retired today, would he be in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, absolutely. Like without question. What, two MVPs, three Super Bowl appearances, two Super Bowl wins. Like what he's doing, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer already.
Oh, I agree.
Um,
I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, and not just that, we're talking what 5 straight. He's been to the AFC Championship every year.
Five. Yeah, every year
Every
he's a
as a
starter.
starter. He's been to
And I think he should have gone to the third. He should have gone to 4 Super Bowls because the first year he started, he got to the AFC Championship game. He got to overtime with Tom Brady, and it was the coin toss that went to Brady. They scored,
the
and then the Brady went on to win against the Rams. If Mahomes went against the Rams, that would have been a slaughter.
slaughterhouse. You're right.
So, like, a coin toss would have made him 3 Super Bowl wins. So, yeah.
All right. Well, Flame Legend says, I agree with TJ. Patriots will be the lab dogs, but I guess they will be healthy. How do you feel about the Patriots this year? In that they're one of those weird teams. Do you
I've
playoffs? No
got
or yes?
I've got a friend who's a massive Patriots fan, and he's not hopeful for the season. And honestly, apparently, according to him, this might be Bill Belichick's last year.
Ooh, we
They
got a hot
really
take, y'all. We got a hot take.
And this is my friend. Like, I'm not a Patriots fan, but they're like, he's been what? This is his third, fourth year without Brady, and like they made it to Super Bowl, not Super Bowl, made it to the
Playoffs and
playoffs.
got beat down
Yeah, the second year without Brady, and they got destroyed by the Bills.
by the Bills. Yeah.
Yeah, and last year was a disaster with the Lions head coach.
Dan Campbell.
Previous beard, big bushy beard.
Oh my God. Yeah, with the pencil, the freaking pencil
Yeah,
on in his head.
yeah,
God dog it.
Patricia,
Yeah, Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia as offensive coordinator, even though he's a defensive coach. It's like, yeah, he got you 10 rings, but he's something's got to give, and if Mac Jones is apparently looking better and apparently he's doing well, but apparently his wide receivers aren't good, it's people used to play for the Patriots and take pay cuts to the Patriots because they're playing with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Mm,
We don't have Tom Brady anymore. We just have
right.
Bill Belichick. And Bill Belichick has proven, unfortunately, has shown that he needs Tom Brady or a decent QB.
Oh, yes,
So
yes.
people aren't taking paychecks anymore. Like J.C. Jackson, if this was back in 2012, J.C. Jackson would have taken a paycheck to stay with the Patriots. No, he went to get his money, which is fair enough. And the Patriots are paying players. They've still got the mentality is we're here, we win, so you come to play with us to win rings.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, precisely.
We
And
were like, well,
honestly,
which came further? What's that saying? Is it the chicken or the egg? Who was it? Was it Brady or was it Belichick? I mean, we learned that from year one. It was Brady. Brady first
yeah,
year with the Buccaneers, they go to the Super Bowl and they win it. You
yeah,
know,
precisely.
uh, uh,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always said it like I don't get the whole entire hype around Bill Belichick. I thought it was clearly Tom Brady who made that team go. Now maybe the first couple years that stacked defense really helped out, but towards the end you realize it is Tom Brady that's keeping Bill Belichick's name afloat. I'm gonna answer your question for you. Um, Flame or the Patriots, no, they're not going to playoffs. No,
No, no.
because their defense is going to be fine. Their offense is still atrocious. And to answer your next question about Mac Jones, if Mac Jones struggle this year, he is done. If Mac
I
Jones
think
is
both of
struggle,
them.
they're done. They're
Yeah,
they're they're.
both of them.
Oh yeah, okay. He's got Bill Belichick. The hot take, y'all. My
Bill
boy TD.
Belichick and Mac
Ooh,
Jones,
yeah,
scrap it
I
all,
think they're
restart.
done. I look at now. Now it's not gonna be the ownership. It's gonna be Bill Belichick himself that retires.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
agree. I don't think.
ownership is not gonna fire Bill Belichick at all. It's gonna be Bill Belichick
No,
telling himself, "Yeah, I think I'm a little done now. Let's go." Or here we go. I think I'm a little done now. So we'll just call it a day. That's how he talks. Anyways, but I would say that though. Yes, if Mac Jones struggles, he is gone. With a capital G, he gone.
yeah.
All right, TJ, this one for you from Edward Jones. So, who does TJ have winning the NFC North?
God, I really, really, really want the Lions to win. It's just like that franchise which is desperate for some sort of praise, desperate for some sort of glory. And they've got the pieces, they've got the coach. They did have a wide receiver until he's not playing for 6 games. So hopefully they can bring it together and win it all and make the playoffs. That's who I've got.
Whew. Man, on that is tough because that is a. But I'm more of I will not pick the Lions because I've got to see it to believe it.
Fair,
I've
fair,
got to see
fair.
it because it is the Detroit Lions. I mean, yes, they've got a new attitude and a new coach, and things are looking up for the first time in a long time. But everyone loves a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Everyone loves. Honestly, I think the division is gonna fall back. I'm gonna go with a shocker for everyone. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to win the
Wow,
division.
they still keep their crown.
I still think that, and I'm not saying they go win 11, 12, 13 games. I think they'll win in by winning 10 or 9 games. I think the NFC North is just not that talented right now. If your hopes and prayers are on the Detroit Lions winning the division, and they won, they went 8-9 last year or 9-8 last year. The Lions did. Uh, or did they go 8-7-1, something like that? One of those teams
Yeah,
had one tie. If you're hoping the division's the Lions winning, I mean, they didn't win double digit games last year, and they're the favorite now to win the North by I don't know, I don't see it. I'm
we,
going with the
yeah,
Packers, even without Aaron Rodgers. I think I'm not saying they have a crazy year. I think they'll just be the best team in the NFC North. So I'm going with the
yeah,
Packers
yeah.
to win that division. You guys will see what I'm talking about in a couple of weeks. Yo, I got John Clements in the building. Says, yo, catching you on a break. Good to see you again, TJ Tracy. 20
Good to
likes,
see
y'all.
you
Thank
too,
y'all.
Tom.
Johnny says, "Wow, you're talking about Bill Belichick, and I'm editing a video on him right now."
Oh,
Well,
the legendary Johnny
what's up,
Box.
JB? Johnny Barks in the building, showing love, man. I know you had a blast with Tom, man. Going out there for those 30 for 30s, man. First of all, Johnny, I want to say congrats to you, my bro. Because I know it was all about Tom Grassi, man, but a guy like you getting that chance as well. And shout out to Tom for for putting you on the map as well. But it's the little things like that that can make someone turn to this big global figure, man. So shout out to you, Johnny, for taking that ride for those 30 for 30s, man. I know that was a lot of sleepless nights, and but you did your thing, bro. You did your thing, man. So I appreciate it, guys. Keep the questions coming in. We got a few more minutes, you guys, so we can answer your questions. Anybody has any questions you want to answer, bring it in right now. Let us know in the chat, man. Let us know in the chat. Matter of fact, let me see if I missed any questions in the chat from earlier.
Say, Markai's got one. He's asking if you're going to stream any preseason games.
Oh, that is a definite yes, Markai. We are definitely streaming preseason games for sure. I've got a for sure two coming up. Depending on, I got something going on Thursday, but if it all goes well, we'll do the night game Thursday night between I think it's the Seahawks and the Vikings. Matter of fact, and I'm really thinking about doing my New Orleans Saints against the Chiefs on Sunday. So yeah, we got some things going. I might leave Saturday open, and depending on what I'm doing, man. But for sure, we got at least two this week, and like 3 or 4 next weekend. Heavy on football, heavy on baseball. You guys know how we do it, man.
So what I hear is I've got a lot of work to finish off.
Oh, hey, TJ, Butterfly says, will Tom Brady get married again?
Ooh, no, I don't think so.
Hey, he is no longer a football player. He's a celebrity. So that being said, I'm saying, yeah, Tom Brady gets married to a girl that's about 20 years younger than him. I give him 2 years. He's what, 46? Tom Brady's gonna marry about a 26-year-old, 30-year-old lady, and he'll make 2 more babies out of that.
2 more? Wow.
I think he'll get 2 more babies, man. You know, he's gonna try to be a grandfather of his son in the NFL. Yo, I got nonfiction in the building. Said, what's good, gentlemen? Hope all is well, fam. Keep up the great work. Yes, sir. Nonfiction. Yo, any questions, bro? We're answering right now. Open lines right now. Open questions. You guys let us know. Will Tom Brady get married again? I'm going to say yes. He's a celebrity. Celebrities always get married. Unless you're a smooth criminal like George Clooney. George Clooney does not get married.
Nice.
George, yeah, Clooney's like, nah, I'm too cool to get married. I like,
I've got a question for you. What coaches are on the hot seat?
Ooh, what coach is on the hot seat?
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, the obvious one is Staley. That's the obvious one. But I don't want to go obvious though. I don't want to go obvious. That's a good one. But all right, if we had to go the obvious answer, it is Brandon Staley. He is definitely on the freaking hot seat. So if I'm gonna actually sit back in my thinking chair and think, I got kids, y'all. Sorry. That is wild. Ooh. Oh my God, TJ, you got me on the hot seat right there. I'm trying to think of a team right now because all the ones I thought about, they let the guys go. Arizona coach is gone. Brandon Staley was the obvious one. They got a new coach in Oakland. Ain't it Josh McDaniels in Oakland?
No.
Or am I wrong about that? Where's McDaniels at? Who's in Oakland?
He's in Vegas. He's in Vegas.
Who's in Vegas? I mean,
Josh McDaniels. You're right. He's in Vegas.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all forgive me. It's Vegas. He might be. Is he the head coach, Josh McDaniels?
He's the head coach. I don't think.
I'm telling you right. Oh, Butterfly says George Clooney is married. Oh, damn! I didn't know that, Butterfly. I thought he was a bachelor for life. Good God! Hey, shout out to George Clooney.
Yeah, good for him.
Hey, shout out to George Clooney.
Personal life
said married to Amaya Clooney since 2014. Wow. So I'm almost a decade wrong about that. George Clooney, I apologize if you're watching right now. I apologize. Look, Infinity says also would say Josh Daniels is for sure on the hot seat. I was just about to say that. Don't get it twisted. You get one bad year, you get a 3-14 year or 4-13 year with the Raiders. I think McDaniels is gone. I think he's gone.
Really?
So yeah, you get a bad year, and it's looking like a bad year for the Raiders. I think he's gone. I don't care. I
I,
think he is gone. Also, I got one more in my opinion. The Washington Commanders. I think if
Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera, I think if they struggle, he's gone too. I think he should have been gone last year, in my opinion. I think he
Fair.
is. I think he should have went last year. So those are my two. I'm gonna say more Ron Rivera than Jacques McDaniels. So I'm gonna go with Ron Rivera.
Fair.
And
No, that
speaking of
makes
Ron
sense.
Rivera, nonfiction says Ron Rivera. It says Mike
Yeah.
McCarthy, Josh McDaniels, Brandon Staley, Kevin Stefanski, Todd Bowles. I think Kevin is kind of on. Kevin, he just went 13-4 last year. I don't think he's on the hot seat at all for the Vikings. Uh, oh, that's a good one, nonfiction. Dennis Allen for the Saints. I'm with that
Oh
though.
yes.
If the Saints don't make the freaking playoffs in this bad division, I think uh, wipe it all away. Wipe it all.
See,
I'm not even saying it as a Saints fan. I'm just saying it as a fan of the NFL. Like, if you won 3 straight years and no playoffs, and your predecessor, Sean Payton, made it every damn year, yeah, you're gone. You're gone.
see, I think Josh McDaniels is going to last another year because he's got so many excuses.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
Josh Jacobs ain't there. They've got Jimmy G. They've got this problem. They've got that problem. Like, I reckon he's going to squeeze out another year, even if they suck this year. I think uh, it's weird. I reckon he's on the hot seat, even though he's a first-time head coach, and that's Jonathan Gannon. Uh, he's the
Wow.
Cardinals head coach. It
Wow.
cost them a
You're right. It could happen though. You're right.
Yeah, it cost them a third round pick because they colluded with him with the Eagles. He immediately comes in and starts antagonizing people. He hasn't got a QB, but with Kyler Murray, but he seems to just constantly butt heads. He's butt heads with the media. Like they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. I don't think he's a good coach. I don't see him doing well, and I think he's going to be a one and done.
I do apologize. You're right, Infinity. Stefanski's with the Browns. So I got the
Oh
coaches
yeah,
wrong with the Vikings coach. What's his name? The Vikings coach. Is his name Kevin as well? Uh,
I couldn't tell you.
yeah, the Vikings coach. I think it's Kevin something. The Vikings. He's a young coach. My bad. I apologize. You're right. You're right. Stefanski's with the Browns. You're right about that. So I apologize. He's also another one on the hot seat though. For
Yeah.
sure. Let's go back to Infinity's question. He says, TJ, do you think Mike Tomlin can carry the Steelers to another plus 500 season?
Ooh, yes. Yeah, he's what second year QB, second year wide receiver. They've got the tight end out of Georgia, Washington. If he managed to drag the rotten corpse of Big Ben to a 500 season, he can do it with a young part of the team. So he'll definitely make it.
Got you. I think I'm gonna say yes. And honestly, right now I'm gonna say they go 9-8. Just they don't have the talent, but that coaching staff is the reason why they stay above 500 every year.
Yeah.
I think they go 9-8 again, and maybe mind you, they were just a game away from going to the playoffs last year over some luck.
Madness,
They needed
yeah.
luck, yeah. So they ended up hot. They have Kenny Pickett, who I do like. I do like Kenny Pickett. Thank y'all. It's Kevin O'Connell for the Vikings. I knew it was a
That's
Kevin.
it.
I was like, hold on, Kevin. He's with the Vikings. Oh, but my bad. Kevin Stefanski's with the Browns. You're right about that though. I apologize, you guys. And Mark says, I'm thinking about Leonardo DiCaprio as the Bachelor. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
got
that's
you.
it.
I
Hit a
got
certain
you.
age, you get dumped, I remember. Yeah.
Butterfly says, hi, PJ. She said, what's up, Butterfly? Don't mind me. Just sitting back, relaxing. uh, Keep those questions coming to y'all. We got a few more minutes, man. Smash that like button on your way out or on your way in. Excuse me. Markai. All right, it's a good one, TJ. Markai says, how will Aaron Rodgers do this year with the New York Jets?
Ooh, that's a good one. You mean the Packers 2.0?
Yes.
I see them making a wild card game.
Ooh.
I reckon it's going to be Bills are going to win the division. I reckon Packers are going to make the wild card, and I don't think the Dolphins are going to make it. Um, yeah, I reckon they're going to make a wild card, and unfortunately, I reckon they're going to get bounced in the divisional.
Mm.
I like they've got a good coach, a great defense, but it's we saw how you say that Rodgers was really good with um, the first year that the floor took over. I don't know. I reckon they're going to make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to make it far. It's just the curse of Aaron Rodgers.
Mm. The, the Aaron Rodgers curse is not only for
Yeah,
Green Bay,
um,
it's for New York now, right?
yeah. I do
Uh,
reckon he's going to play next year, though. He's,
I'm gonna tell you, I think they're gonna be a team at 500 all year.
oh, really?
They're going to be a 500 team battling for that last spot in the wild card for a 6-7 seed. Right now, I can't tell you their record, but I'm telling you right now, they're not going to be this absolute juggernaut, in my opinion.
No.
Now, they could go ahead and they could they can go ahead and make some noise and win a lot of beat. I think there'll be a team that will beat good teams and lose the bad teams. I got that feeling it's going to be that type of season for the Jets.
Yeah.
Just because you added Aaron Rodgers to your squad, a la Russell Wilson to the Broncos, doesn't make you a Super
Immediately.
Bowl threat. This isn't the NBA where you can plug in a talent of LeBron James and you can go to the playoffs in the championship, right? I'm gonna say right now, I think the Jets will be battling for a wild card spot. Will they get there? Find out on my my picks and previews. But
Indeed, yeah.
I do believe that the Jets are not going to be this juggernaut squad, even with Aaron
No.
Rodgers, because it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, so I think that you need all your pieces in place. You need that receiving game. You're asking Garrett Wilson, who was a rookie last year, to step up now. You're asking
Yeah.
that defense that doesn't have that much pressure of having a good quarterback in front of them. Now you're asking them to step up and,
Yeah.
and be a top 10 defense with a good quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of teams with a bad quarterback says we got to do it because the quarterback won't do it. Right,
Yeah.
that's a mentality of a defense. We got to do it because why do you think the Bears have always been a good defense? Because all their quarterbacks have sucked over the years. So they like we got to be the defense that takes care of us because the quarterback won't do it, right? So I got a feeling the Bears this year might have a bad defense because Justin Fields might be better this year, right? But anyways, so I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm gonna say they're battling. I'm gonna say 9-8, 8-9. A best case scenario, 10-7. Worst case scenario, they go 7-10.
Fair. No, that's fair. I also think Source Gardner's going to take a step back this year.
Who's that?
Source Gardner, the rookie.
Oh,
Yeah,
not Sauce Gardner.
someone pointed out to me he holds a lot.
Mm.
It's not like I might be Perner that pointed out, and he holds a lot in the games, and it's just never called. And the moment he pointed it out, it's like that shattered glass. It's like he does hold a lot, you know. He does get away with a lot of holds, but so if they start getting calls, I reckon he's going to take a step back. But it's going to be an interesting game. The Eagles face the Jets this year, and the Jets, in their entire history, has never beaten the Eagles. They've never won against the Eagles the entire history of the NFL.
Whoa, stop lying.
No. I think it's like 13-0. The Eagles have won every single time we faced them this year. So hopefully we can keep that record.
I mean, I know they don't play a lot because they play every 4 years, but what?
Yeah, they've never won against the Eagles.
God, dog. Infinity says I have the Jets going 11-6, but somehow missing the playoffs just because of the sheer talent of the AFC. Wow, an 11-16 to miss the playoffs out of 7 slots. You mean to tell me there's going to be 7+ teams with 11 or more wins? God, I don't know. I don't know how you got that Infinity. That's crazy. 7 slots and 11 win team won't make it. God, dog. Thank you, Jabo Pa, who's in the building, man. Yes, Richard Sherman is going to be taking over for Shannon Sharp. on Undisputed, y'all. So that's gonna be cool to see. They say he won't do every single day. I think the days he missed, Lil Wayne, the rapper, is going to be filling in
Ooh,
for him.
that's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. So yeah,
The Packers fan. Huh.
yeah, Packers fan. Get out of here, Lil Wayne. All right, man. Well, it's time to wrap it up. TJ, y'all still bringing questions if you got it, man.
Yep.
What's the last take you got, TJ?
Last take. Ooh. Ooh, now you've put me on the spot.
All right,
Last
how about
take.
this? We'll do a hot take. A hot take.
Hot take.
And we'll go over it at the end of the year, every hot take that we have. To do a random hot take.
The Giants are going to have a record of 3-14.
Oh! Giants
Is
go
that hot
3 and
enough?
4. That is hot, baby. See, that is hot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trust the coach, and they've got a tight end Darren Waller, but that offense ran with Saquon, and yeah, Saquon signed a deal, but I just feel there's too much bad blood there. It's not going to work, and I let Daniel Jones. I feel
Oh
like
my
mugged the
goodness. He
Giants.
said Giants go 3 and 14. And you know what? I can somehow see that. I can see it, man.
I know it's they've got to deal with the Eagles. They've got to deal with the Cowboys, and we're in a harder rotation of divisions this year. Like we've got the AFC West.
Oh my goodness, man.
NFC East. So AFC West and AFC East. So I don't see Daniel Jones. I reckon this is the season where having Daniel Jones will hinder them more than helping them.
I'm gonna go with my hot take. My hot take is gonna be oh my goodness, hold on. Man. Man, hold on, give me 1 second. I thought I had one. I'm a hold on. Oh man. All right, hey, do me a favor. Name all the AFC North teams right now.
AFC North teams. Oh yeah, we've got the Steelers.
Yeah.
Got the Ravens.
Yeah.
Got the Brownies.
Yeah.
And we got the Bengals.
Yeah. All four make the playoffs.
Oh wow, that's a good one. Who's going to win though? Who's going to win the division?
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals win. Bengals win. I've got all four AFC North teams in the playoffs this year.
Wow.
That's my hot take. Will that be how I really feel? No, but no, that's a hot take. That's why it's a hot take. I mean, I don't think I really have that when it comes down to my record prediction. We'll find out because I haven't gone. How I do it is I go over every single game from Thursday night, the first one with the Chiefs and the Lions, to the last game of the year. I'll go down every game and say win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Right? I'll go down there and who knows? That's a hot take though, so I might not actually have that when it comes down to my my predictions. But right now, so we'll go back when it's all said and done. TJ, I think the last game, the last one we do of the NFL regular season, whatever, we will come back to all this. And so every hot take that we have, we'll go back to it and say
what we have to hide our face in shame.
Yeah, we got the face of shame. Yeah, the face of shame. Let's go. So, what was yours again, TJ?
Mine that the Giants are going to win 3 and
Giants
14.
3 and 14, and right now I got all 4 teams of AFC North going to the playoffs. Wow. That's hot takes for you, man. So that's our way to wrap it up. So every we'll do that. Infinity says he's got to go right. Infinity, take it easy. Matter of fact, Infinity says Steelers ain't making the playoffs. Oh, we'll find out, man. Yable says Dabble is far too good for the Giants to go 3 and 14. So let's say 4 and 13. No, the Giants, hey, they have a good run. But hey, that's why it's a hot take though. That's why it's a hot take, you guys. So you guys can comment on that. He says, "Wow, 3 and 14. That's interesting." Yeah, man. And non-fiction, Lil Wayne and Skip are very, very close with each other. That's why he's on the program. I mean, hell, he's the intro of Undisputed. So, Infinity says, "I got the Chargers with the 7th seed at 11 and 6, so they stole it from the Jets." Damn. Well, you got a lot of 11 plus teams in there, man. I don't know. Yeesh. But hey, There will be something crazy though, right? I can hear it now. I can hear it now. All right, man. Marcus, I'm so enjoying this stream. Thank you, Markai. You guys, hey, matter of
Yes,
fact,
it's been
hey,
fun.
before you guys go, please, I'm begging you guys, share this stream. Do it right now. Share it. Share it right now, you guys. Please, I am begging you guys, share this to your family and friends. Let them know all about Tuesdays with TJ. This is our podcast presented by Uneducated Sports Talk. Got major NFLs in the building showing love. We got Turbo Duran showing love at the very end. Thank y'all for that, man. This is our exclusive podcast for Uneducated Sports Talk. This is Tuesdays with TJ. We'll come on here every single Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And I promise you guys, next Tuesday, we'll have some Dallas Cowboy talk. I got Turbo Duran. We'll have Dallas Cowboys talk,
Ooh.
which means we're going to have some Philadelphia Eagles talk. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
we got
I
that,
can
y'all.
spit bucket next to me every time I talk about stuff.
Man, let's get it. You guys hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit that like button on your way out or on your way in. I thank y'all, man. You guys, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Hit that share button, y'all. I'm begging y'all. Share this stream every single week. Y'all, we're trying to get this out to the masses out there on YouTube and all social media, man. So tell your family and friends. I appreciate it, man. And we'll be seeing you guys next Tuesday. We'll see TJ and myself and PJ, who's very quiet right now. She said, "Shit, oh, you hungry? Man, me too. I'm hungry as well too. Yeah, she always hungry, y'all. And we got that going on. And I'll be back on Thursday night, probably for more NFL preseason action, for sure. So you guys get ready for that, man. But TJ, any last words, brother?
Stay smart, stay uneducated.
Hey, I like you took the words right out my mouth, man. Hey, we're done, y'all. This is Uneducated Sports Talk presenting Tuesdays with TJ. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, with the big homie TJ and the beautiful co-host of mine, PJ. She said, "I'm not TJ. I know you're not. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the screen and it screams maybe. I'm sorry, PJ. Yo, all right, that's how it is, man. It's very uneducated around here, man. All sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace. Lay mama. Love you guys as well. You have a blessed night. Good to see you again, TJ. We'll see you guys next Tuesday for more Tuesdays with TJ.
Have a great night, everyone.
Peace out. Take it easy, y'all.